good evening, good evening, and welcome. Wow, I see so many folks joining into the room. Oh my goodness, I see some familiar names. I see new friends. I see members of the BWE family. Oh, I so appreciate the love. I see Karen. I see Michael. Oh, Pamela, welcome. Welcome, Tony. Sabrina, thank you for being here. Oh, okay, there's another Tina. Welcome to everyone who has decided to spend some time here tonight on this Monday evening. My name is Karenthia Barber, and I am a consultant, speaker, strategist, and coach who operates at the intersection of business, education, and politics. For over 20 years, I have provided programs and services that have impacted the lives of over 200,000 individuals. And for that, I am tremendously grateful. I was raised to understand that we each are blessed to be a blessing to others. And I am truly blessed and grateful to be a part of BWE and to share with you. In addition, I am grateful that you have decided to spend time with me, particularly on the launch of the Motivation Zone. This is episode 1, and I will be here with you the first and third Mondays of each month. Every morning when I wake up, I ask God to allow something that I say or do during that course of the day to be an inspiration, an encouragement, or motivation to someone that I encounter. And I pray that this broadcast will do just that. The Motivation Zone, excuse me, is purposed to cultivate individual growth, learning, sharing, support, and ultimately transformation. Here at the Motivation Zone, you'll find a space. My desire is that this will be a time where we share. It's going to be a conversation, not a dialogue. I welcome your comments, your input, your suggestions, because I will bring authentic conversation, authentic content designed to inspire, elevate, empower, and motivate. So this is our space, our motivation zone. So remember, this is a conversation. Feel free to comment and share with anyone else that you believe could benefit from the Motivation zone. So here we are on the first Monday of February in the year of 2022. The month of February is a time when there tends to be a focus on love and sharing love, and it's known as the month of love. It's also the month where we heighten awareness around heart disease, and particularly as it impacts women. For those who may not know, heart disease is the number one killer of women in the United States. And we celebrate the life and contributions of African Americans in America. All of that happens during the month of February. So I thought it was most appropriate to launch the Motivation Zone during this time. The significance and my goal is to share love, be love, and facilitate love as we are motivated together. As you are aware, there's so much going on in the world. Things are happening momentarily, not even daily, it's instant from moment to moment. The local and national news is filled with negativity. So much bad news. There seems to be a growing list of COVID variances. Despite the availability of vaccinations and boosters, there's a growing number of breakthrough COVID cases. There's an escalating number of unruly airline passengers who are assaulting airline personnel. Our children are subjected to a roller coaster of education, from in-person learning to virtual learning, back to in-person, and back and forth, back and forth. Prices of everything are out of control. They're over the roof. From food to toiletries to automobiles to services that we all need. Yet, salaries remain the same. Social, racial, and economic injustices continue to permeate our society. Suicides and suicide attempts are at an all-time high. According to US News, rates of suicide by overdose amongst individuals ages 14 to 24 is rising, as well as for those who are 73 years old to 84 years old. Alarming statistics. And the pandemic goes on. We have all been impacted by the COVID-19 global pandemic. Some of us more than others. Some have been impacted in ways that they really aren't aware of. There have been manifestations of the impacts in many different ways. So to say that the past 2 years has been challenging is a major understatement. Life as we knew it will never be the same. And the truth of the matter is, we will never be the same. Not only have we dealt with the uncertainty of school, work, and community, many experienced job loss, the closing of their businesses, their lifelong dreams, loss of homes, and personal loss of loved ones. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is not only devastating, it is projected that millions of individuals will fall into poverty as a result. So, wherever you are in your life right now, whether you are currently experiencing extraordinary success or enduring the most challenging time of your life, or somewhere in between, you have been impacted by the pandemic. And we all must seek ways to be positive as we navigate the turbulence of these times. For us to remain positive and motivated, we must be very intentional about our thoughts. We must be intentional about our actions. And most importantly, we must be intentional about who and what we allow into our spaces and places. During this time, it makes me think of some words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I thought it was most appropriate, particularly during Black History Month. Because Dr. King once said, out of a mountain of despair, a moment of hope. And these words resonate today. We can amplify Dr. King's words to help us today, to help us to remember that victory often comes. Victory is often born from disappointment. Last summer, I conducted a survey to identify the impact of the pandemic on individuals. It was a confidential survey, and my goal was to seek to understand the top areas of impact, with the ultimate goal of trying to support and assist people who were experiencing difficulty in said areas of impact. There was a tremendous, overwhelming response to the survey, and respondents were very transparent and shared not only the areas of impact, but they also willingly shared information regarding what support and help that could be beneficial to them. So as a result, I utilized that data to host a virtual forum, and the content of the sessions were informed by the data, and we provided information and resources to help people in the identified areas of impact. If you're interested in seeing some of the videos from the forum, you may find them on my YouTube channel, and that information is at the bottom of the screen. But what I learned is many people are struggling. As we continue to adjust to the ever evolving changes and the shifting new normals, all of us need each other. So, in addition to the forum, I developed some tips that I believe can be helpful to all of us as we strive to remain positive during this time. Number one, allow yourself to feel all of the feelings. Your feelings and emotions are valid, no matter what they are. Give yourself permission also to not be okay all the time. And that's difficult for many of us. It's okay not to be okay. Number two, leverage the power of personal connection. In this time of limited and often no interaction with others, it is so important that we identify innovative ways to connect with those we love. We need that support, and they need our support. And physical connection can help us minimize our stress, improve our mood, and even increase our self-esteem. Number three, identify ways to build and maintain your inner strength. Learn to train your mental and emotional body as well as your physical self. And there are a range of ways that we can do that. And it will be different for each of us. It may be yoga, it may be exercise, it may be meditation, but it's important to understand the need for us to maintain our inner strength and to connect with avenues that pour positivity into our lives. Number four, become your own best friend. Put yourself first. And that's a challenge for many of us. but make yourself a priority and spend time doing more of what makes you happy without justification, because you deserve it and you are worthy of doing those things that bring you joy. So I am confident that with a heightened sense of awareness and focused intentionality, that we can navigate these turbulent times in a more positive way, in a more motivated way. And collectively, we can thrive through and post pandemic. So, as I end, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me this evening. I welcome your questions, your comments, and your input. And again, my name is Karenthia Barber, and I want to remind you that life is not a dress rehearsal. Embrace it, enjoy it, but above all, be sure to help someone along the way. Until next time, good night.